day 481 of the war in Ukraine. Let's take a look at some of the main events that took place during the last 24 hours on the front lines. Today, the Ukrainian Deputy Defense Minister, Hanna Maliar, stated that during the last 2 weeks, Ukrainian troops have liberated at least 8 settlements as a result of their offensive actions on the southern front. Clashes between Ukrainian and Russian forces continue on the Bakhmut front. Ukrainian sources reported that their soldiers managed to clear one of the areas in the high ground northeast of the village of Orikovo-Vasilivka. The Ukrainian sources published a video to confirm this, but because the video contains violence, we cannot show it. A slight advance of the Ukrainian forces was also reported in the areas north of Klishivka. On the Donetsk front, fierce fighting continues in the area near Avdiivka and Marinka. Russian troops have intensified their efforts to overcome the Ukrainian defenses south of Marinka. Some Russian sources reported that their forces managed to take one of the many defensive positions of the Ukrainians in this area. On the other hand, it seems that the Ukrainian troops are equipped with Javelin anti-tank missiles and are using them to hit the Russian troops, as can be seen in this video, which is reported to have been recorded in the area south of Marinka. In the Vremivka salient, in the eastern part of the front, Russian sources stated that their forces stopped an Ukrainian offensive against their troops in the village of Novodonetsk. In a published video, it seems that during the fighting, Russian troops managed to damage a French AMX-10 near this village. Clashes and exchanges of artillery fire continue south of Makarivka as well as in the areas near Rivnopil. On the Zaporizhia front, clashes continue in the Orikiv-Robotine front. It seems that the Ukrainian army has increased the presence of artillery in this area, and according to the reports made by some Russian sources, it seems that the Ukrainian artillery is continuously hitting the Russian positions in this part of the front, trying to create spaces for an incursion of their forces towards south. Apparently, this increase in the use of the Ukrainian artillery comes as a response to the Russian army, which has frequently and effectively used groups of soldiers equipped with Lancet and FPV kamikaze drones to attack the Ukrainian armored convoys. On the other side, in the western part of the front line, this morning the Ukrainian troops of the 128th Mountain Assault Brigade published a video from the village of Pyatikatki, finally confirming the news that the Russian troops have withdrawn and the Ukrainians have taken control over this area. However, the Russian troops immediately positioned their artillery and began to attack the village. It is reported that a small number of tanks have arrived near Zherebyanki to reinforce the Russian troops. Troop movements are also reported from Kherson front, specifically near the area of Korsunka. Here, according to reports made today by some on-the-ground sources from the Russian side, the Ukrainian armed forces have gathered a significant number of troops equipped with FPV drones and supported by artillery. They are hitting targets across the Dnipro River. According to Russians, the possibility of crossing the Dnipro River remains low at the moment. However, their presence in this area is disturbing news for the Russians. That's all for today's video. Please don't forget to help the channel grow by liking the video and subscribing. And also, for those who want to support the channel and get access to geolocated videos, to the map and more, you can visit my Patreon page. Thank you.